Hi everyone, Michael here from Break a Pencil. How are you all doing? I've got my hot beverage here. Hopefully you have the same. And let's jump into today's demo. I've done this in the past in my work with product leaders and aspiring product leaders. I go over this framework called the 6 personas of product leadership, which really highlights the different hats that a product leader has to wear. 2 weeks ago, we focused on strategic orchestra conductor. Last week, talent gardener, moving left to right. Today's all about the vision translator. So the vision translator is all about bridging the gap between inspirational strategy and practical execution. Right? You start with these abstract and ambitious and lofty vision statements that companies will put out, and you've got to make them concrete enough that teams can actually use them to make decisions. So examples, they craft compelling product vision narratives. Vision translators are translating complex technical concepts for business stakeholders. They're ensuring that product vision aligns and makes sense across the organization, and they're helping product managers understand how their work connects to that bigger picture. So they're really that connective tissue, if you will. So the problem is that most product leaders really struggle with this translation. Vision statements sound great in boardrooms, but they don't help your teams prioritize features on any given Tuesday afternoon. So let me show you how AI can supercharge your vision translator skills by using actually a real example from my past. So before I started Break a Pencil, I worked for a company called Here Technologies. They've been around for over 40 years. They started out as Navtech, then became Nokia Maps. Today they're Here Technologies. They're about $1 billion company. They've got over 6,000 employees. And they shipped 200 million plus vehicles with their maps and data solutions on board. So likely you've interacted with or seen their maps, but very often you don't even know that that's who it is. If you've ever tracked where your package is on Amazon on the map, it's usually Here Maps that's providing that. Anyway, I don't know if this is current, but when I was there a few years back, the mission statement was creating a digital representation of reality to radically improve the way everyone and everything lives, moves, and interacts. And our vision statement was enabling an autonomous world for everyone. So these are actually pretty good vision statements and mission statements. It's clear, it's inspirational, it's forward-looking. But the challenge I found when I was a product leader was, how do I use these to help me and my team make practical daily decisions? And so if you're a product manager, how do you make the prioritization decision between improving accuracy of a map in rural areas versus building better privacy controls or enhancing our real-time traffic data or developing new APIs for our developers? They don't, right? These don't help with that. So this is where the vision translator persona gets into play. So let's put this into action and see how AI can help us with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 2 prompts. The first prompt is going to be extracting strategic themes, and the second prompt is going to be giving us some real clear product management guidelines. I'll read these to you as I do them. And more importantly, though, as I've typically done with these videos, is I'm going to use 2 different models side by side so you can see both in action. Claude's my go-to for just about everything, so I always use that. And then Perplexity is going to be the other one I'm going to use today. So I have a company's mission and vision statements. Help me identify the core strategic themes that should guide product decisions. I included the mission and the vision statements as we had. Please extract 3 to 4 core strategic themes. For each theme, provide a 1-sentence explanation of what it means in practice, and then rank them by strategic importance for product prioritization. Okay, so let's send Claude to work, and let's send Perplexity to work. And what we'll see as we come back, let's start with Claude here on the left. Autonomous systems integration, real-world digital mapping, universal accessibility, and interaction layer innovation. So the vision gets specific about autonomy. This is actually, it's asking a kind of a key question for clarification. But let's sort of just keep moving forward and say, look, we've come up with these strategic themes. Now we're going to try to use these to help product managers make decisions. What do we have over here from Perplexity? This digital representation of reality, enabling autonomy for all, universal accessibility and interactions and mobility. Looks like similar, looks like 1 and 2 are flipped here. So interesting to see. Okay, so let's go back to our second prompt and copy and paste that in and see how these tools do. Let me paste, and then I will read. Based on HERE Technologies' strategic themes, create specific product management guidelines that help product managers evaluate and prioritize features. Right? So the strategic themes, these were from my practice. So we're going to get rid of those and put these in. Excellent. And same thing here, we're going to put these in place of these. All right, so we've got both prompts set up and we're asking it to create a decision framework for evaluating new feature requests, 3 specific prioritization criteria, and questions PMs should ask when reviewing roadmap items. So let's let AI go to work on this. And while it's doing that, let me just sort of explain here. As a product leader, one of your jobs is to translate that vision, not just for your team, but really for the entire organization. But when it comes to your team, they need to be able to make decisions, prioritization decisions, feature decisions on a regular basis without having to go to you. And you want to make sure that those decisions are being made with the company's strategy in mind. So the ability to give them a tool that helps them be able to kind of guide those decisions is incredibly valuable. So here, what do we have? Tier 1, strategic alignment check, must pass all criteria to proceed. Okay. Does it directly support autonomous decision making? Does it improve the accuracy, completeness of our digital world representation? Can this feature reasonably serve multiple customer segments? Impact assessment, score 1 to 5. Strategic theme advancement, weighted 2x. Technical feasibility, market demand. Prioritization criteria. Okay, and then here's some review questions, right? So which autonomous use cases does this directly enable that weren't possible before? How will this scale technically and commercially? Red flags to reject, right? So with some refinement, sure, you can provide your team with very clear, and this can apply to senior product managers who maybe don't need something like this, but certainly junior new product managers need some guidance. And so you're giving them the ability to make better, more effective, and more informed decisions. Similar results here on the right from Perplexity. So in about 5 minutes or so, we transformed an inspirational but abstract vision and mission statement into practical, actionable guidance that product managers can use every day. And this is really ultimately what Vision Translators are all about doing. So I'll put the link in the email or in the post to this document so you can actually run these prompts yourself, either against HERE Technologies' former vision and mission or your own company's. So anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, break a pencil.